So today, we're diving into some ranked games with DOOLEY, and we have a fun run featuring Harmadillo. This little guy deals damage when you shield, and has a multi-purpose Uzi that shields, freezes, and scales your damage too. The start may be a little rough, but stick around because we may just end up with a crazy build. But hey, check it out, and let me know what you think of it. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with DOOLEY and see what we can do today. And DOOLEY starts off with 3 different items. They're going to be completely different than the other 2 characters. DOOLEY starts off with a core item, which does slightly different things, but they're basically the same item. So this one here is a crit core. After 8 seconds, deal 10 damage, and items to the right of this have 15% crit chance. We'll use any item to the left of this, charge plus 1 second, and charge is basically going to be this number minus this number. So this with an 8 second cooldown, once we get a charge, this goes down to 7, and say if it was 7.5, go down to 6.5, and so on, which is kind of awesome. Then we got the companion core, which hastes your other friends after 7 seconds, and when you use another friend, charge this by 1 second. And haste is basically cutting this cooldown in half. Then we also got an armored core, which is all about armor, giving us armor stacking like crazy. But yeah, I'm going to go for a companion run today. Now, we didn't get great options. Burn, damage your core. Our core doesn't have damage, so we're probably going to have to go for toughness. Now, we're going to have to grab a weapon because our core doesn't deal any damage. And I kind of want to grab Harmadillo, and I also want to grab Chris Armitage because these are both friends. But for now, we're going to have to leave. Now, we could go for Banana Bell, which does have some shield items, which is kind of nice. But I kind of want to go for Kyverdron. Kyverdron does have a insect wing that does reduce down cooldowns a little bit. We can also get some crit chance potentially. Now if we get one of these items, that's going to be pretty much garbage for us. But since we got Harmadillo, I do want to go pretty much all in on the Harmadillo. Stacking up a bunch of damage, because when you shield, you deal that damage, which should be fantastic. We want to grab a bunch of shield option, for sure. But can we actually beat this Kyverdron? Because we only deal 5 damage when we shield. And we do have a bit of a lifesteal. But we should be able to outpace him because that sandstorm kicks in. And we do have more life overall, so. Our build right now is looking pretty garbage, but eventually it'll get better. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. For sure. Nice, and we did get that insect wing. Now we could grab 25 max life, or we can get some chocolate bars and get some max life. I think we get the bronze chocolate bars. Give ourselves a lot of max life. Now we're looking to grab some experience. So I'm going to go to Strange Mushroom. Strange Mushroom, we can get a skill, we can get some golds, or we can get some XP. I'm going to grab some XP. But unfortunately it's not enough to level up. So we have a high chance of losing in this first fight. So we definitely have a high chance of losing in this first fight. Now our opponent does have just a normal core, but they do have an Uzi with Chris Armitage. They also have the same skill as us. But their weapons are going to be triggered much faster. Now this Uzi will eventually run out of bullets, so potentially we could be in a decent spot, but our opponent does have more life with that shield as well. Their core also deals that damage too, so not so great. That sandstorm's going to kick in and we are going to fall short. Because overall they deal 15 damage with a 17 armor. Well, we'll deal 5 damage with a 22 armor, so yeah, unfortunately we do end up falling short, but it's not too bad to be losing the first few fights with DOOLEY over someone like Vanessa. Upgrade your leftmost weapon, upgrade your leftmost shields, or gain 2 income. Now I really like grabbing some income, for sure. But I'm going to upgrade Harmadillo. So now we can actually add in our Chris Armitage. Now we can look for some non-weapon items, which might not be a bad idea. But I'm actually going to go to the Jungle Runes. Jungle Runes to just gain more experience. Gain a small weapon, get some skills. Let's actually pick up some skills. Some skills that deal with our shield. The rightmost shield has plus 5 shields. And your shield items have their cooldown reduced. Hell yeah, I'm going to have cooldown reduced on our shield. Now I'd like to go for one of these guys, but I don't think we can actually afford to. I think we actually have to go for the coconut crab. But we could get this item right here. The Crusher Claw. Which means we would be able to deal a lot of damage with our shields. If we take out a Chris Armitage. Potentially. We could also grab the seashell, but that's not going to be that great for us unless we stack up a bunch of aquatic items. And usually aquatic items are on Vanessa. But you can still get them. It's a lot much easier to get them on Vanessa. But our setup is looking a lot better since we added in a Chris Armitage, because now we deal damage twice with Harmadillo, since we have 2 sources of shield. So we should be able to outpace this opponent for sure. I would actually like to grab one of their skills, to be honest. But it's probably going to be this coconut. Actually, we got the Crusher Claw. Okay, kind of interesting. Getting items, some bronze tier skills. Let's actually have a look at some weapons. We did get ourselves a big old force field, which is quite interesting. I'm going to grab it for now, which means we can't reroll our shop unless we sell our Crusher Claw. And then we can't even buy anything anyway. I think we're going to sell the Crusher Claw. We're going to grab the laser pistol because we're going to rock with the laser pistol for now anyway.
I prefer action.
We can get a friend. We're going to go here because we're going to get 2 golden experience so we can level up. And we can actually reduce our friend's cooldown if you want to. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. But since we level up, we can actually put in a force field, which should be fantastic. I'm still holding on to this insect wing for now. So we'll see. We do have our force fields, we do have a Chris Armor Knife, we do have our Harmadillo. We should be able to get a bunch of shields and deal that damage with the force field. Oh no, it shouldn't be too bad actually. And this is actually looking a lot better than our first run for sure. With just big old Harmadillo. And awesome. Not too bad. On to day 3. We got our first victory. We can grab some gumballs, lose an income to gain 7 gold, or sells medium and large items. To be honest, let's have a look at some medium and large items. We can grab security camera, which gives crits to our shield items. I'm going to reroll. I don't exactly want any of these items. Now we could go for race car, which we can deal a bunch of damage when we haste. We'll have to lose our force fields. I think we're going to leave for now. Get a shield item, sells items. Let's just grab a shield item. I'd like to grab skills, but we're going to have to grab that shield, and that is a friendly neighborhood shield. Scout Trooper, Frost Street Challenger, Dabbling Apprentice. I'm too afraid to actually take on the Scout Trooper with our setup right now. I'm also not a big fan of the Frost, so we're going to go for the Dabbling Apprentice, looking to grab some experience. Don't exactly want any of their items, to be quite honest. Because when you beat them, you do get one of their items. So I kind of just want the experience, to be quite honest. We're doing quite a bit of damage, but with the shield we do take half damage from that burn. So it shouldn't be too bad overall. Actually, it's going to be way too close for comforts. And we do end up falling short. Holy moly. Well, that's not good. We don't get experience, we don't get an item. We are falling a little bit behind. Let's go for some shield skills. I didn't think we'd actually lose that one, which is kind of crazy. And shield items have 3% crits. Medium shields have +6 shields. I'm going to go for medium shields. Sells small items, get a friend. Let's just grab a friend for now. Another copper head, which we can level up. Should be pretty darn good. But hey, we're going to move straight on. A little less than ideal losing to that opponent, that PvE event, which is really not great. Because we could have leveled up by now if we actually better opponents. But we'll see. So far it's not looking too bad going up against this opponents. They are getting a lot of damage on their rifle. They are scaling up. We don't really have scaling damage. So actually we could end up losing it because this is a super fast rifle. And yeah, unfortunately we do end up falling short, which is not great, but we can get much stronger. We do get a level up. We can get plus damage or we can gain some income. I'm going to grab some income for now. Help us get much stronger throughout the run. Large items, max life. We're going to go here and we're going to grab even more income. I'm going to go to JJ. I'm going to be looking for some items. We did get a security camera, mech mold, or coolant. I'm going to reroll for now. We did get Brick Buddy, which is a bunch of shields, which I'm going to grab. I'm going to leave. Now, it's the time we sell our Insect Wing. I'm going to still hold on to him. Now, Technovirus, I don't think we can actually afford to. Blood Reef Raider. I'm going to go for the Outlandish Devilish, because the Outlandish Devilish does have an item that we can sell for gold, or even more cooldown with this Clockwork Blades, as long as we don't get freaking Shoe Blade. But hey, we should be able to get a lot more block with a Brick Buddy in. We should have some scaling block. Well, no, it shouldn't be too bad. And every time we do gain block, we deal damage. With our Armadillo, the only problem is we do need some scaling damage. It is very low DPS, to be quite honest. That's for sure. But all in all, looking like we're going to be able to smash this opponent. Well, not too bad. Definitely looking a lot better. Definitely needs to be improved. What do we get? Nice. We got a cooldown reduction. which is going to be awesome. Now, I'd like to look for some medium items. We could upgrade our Harmadillo, our Brick Buddy. So that's exactly what I'm going to go for.
What can I get
Awesome.
you?
We got ourselves a Brick Buddy. We could grab a security camera if you want to. I think I am. I'm going to take this out,
I like the
add this in, and that is going to be 20% crit chance. On all our dudes. But hey, let's leave for now. I'd like to grab some weapons, but we can't really afford, so I'm going to go here because we can get some experience, and then we level up and upgrade your leftmost weapon. Your friends have your cooldowns reduced, but we're going to upgrade to gold Harmadillo. Now, are we going to be willing to reduce our cooldowns right now? I'd like to wait and hold on for a better item, but I think we actually have to do it. And let's keep going. Reducing our cooldowns, allowing us to scale up our block pretty darn consistently. Now, we are going to begin a golf club switch. Is going to be a lot of freaking skill and damage because you're going to have tons and tons of healing. So yeah, we could be in a little bit of trouble, for sure. As long as we have some crit chance on our shields, we should be able to stack up with turbo amount of shields. For sure, but unfortunately, their scaling is just absurd. Golf clubs is just crazy, crazy scaling. As you can see, that's dealing crazy damage. Even a Brick Buddy can't scale up enough. Unfortunately. Onwards to day 5. So we do end up losing out, which is not great. I'm going to go to the docks for now. We could grab some bronze tier items, but I'm going to grab this. When your weapons gain plus 15 damage and you heal, gain 15 heal. Kind of interesting. Let's go here looking for some duty skills. When you level up, the core gains damage. When you have exactly one friend, reduces cooldown. And the core, when you upgrade a friend, your other items gain plus 3 damage. Bonus shield. Or we can upgrade our core. So I'm kind of tempted to actually grab this one. Over upgrading our core. Now we're going to place this one in. Which is going to scale up our damage a little bit. We can go for the Gargan Noble. We can go for Flame Juggler. To be honest, I'm going to go for Flame Juggler since we have so much armor. And armor reduces burn damage by half. So no, it shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to prevent a lot of that damage, even though a lot of that damage is at the very beginning. And then it's just consistently with a lighter, so we should be able to pass him out. And we have some scaling damage on our Harmadillo as well. So every time we gain some shields, we're going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. So this is looking a lot better. The problem is we definitely need a better way to scale them than weights. We actually did get this. First time your opponent falls below half health, burn 10. Now this is a tough choice. Friends items. And this Artisan's Place. I'm going to go to Artisan's Place because we can double the effects. And we can give plus 10 damage to a Harmadillo. Get a haste item, chocolate. Let's actually go here, sell health and toughness items. That's a shielded battery, which does charge and gives a bunch of shield. It's kind of nice. I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to reroll for now. That's also shielded Uzi. It does cost quite a lot though, but we can sell this. We do lose a lot of scaling. We do get a super fast shield. So yeah, I'm going to sell it. Let's grab the Uzi. Let's go ahead and add in our battery too. And we could charge up our core. Okay, I'm going to leave for now. Get a tool, get 2 XP. Again, a bunch of max life. I think I'm just going to grab XP for now. And now we're going to see, can we beat this dually or we're going to fall short. We do have a lot of shielded items. Our opponent is a companion core too. They do have the ballista though, which whenever they're going to get haste, they're going to get a lot of damage. But we'll see. They did freeze us a little bit, but we're stacking up a lot of shield. We're dealing a lot of damage. And yeah, should be in our favor altogether. Unless this stacks up crazy, crazy damage. This freeze rate is actually doing quite number 2. But looking pretty good. Smashing overall. I say that and we're still continuing on. That sandstorm just about to kick in. They're actually getting a lot of shield, but smashing. That poison finished them off. Not too bad. So we can start our next fight with 600 shields. Or we can go have a look at some items. We did get this. We can upgrade our battery too. Which does charge right. Yeah, I'm going to grab the upgraded battery. Should be pretty decent for now. Do we reroll? I think we just leave for now. Non-weapon items, get a friends, or work at the docks. So getting a friend is pretty darn good for us. We're going to go work at the docks. We can get a shield item, a tool. Let's grab a shield item for now. Okay, granola bar, which is not exactly what we want, but we'll take it. Now, we won't be able to take on the Lich. The Lich is all about poison and shield. Poison ignores shield. The trash golem, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm assuming that this is poison as well. So we kind of want to go for the dire inglet. I'm not entirely sure what the trash golem actually does have. And to be honest, I'm a little bit scared to find out. So let's go for the dire inglet. The dire inglet is going to have some pelts that we can sell. It also has an item that can give some crit chance. And we could also get this. When you use a weapon, give a 4% crit chance for the fight. Which would be kind of awesome. Some scaling crit chance in the middle of a fight wouldn't be too bad. But this is actually looking like a pretty fantastic combo right now. The only thing is we do need to get more scaling super fast on our shields and on our weapon. And there's some skills that actually do that. Oh no, not too bad. We got some claws, which we're not going to be really too bothered with. Gain 2 income, your tools have cooldowns, or get a tool. Well, to be honest, I'm going to be getting some tools. Now we can upgrade an item. We can upgrade our core, or we can upgrade our Harmadillo. Well, we're going to have a diamond Harmadillo from the get-go. Aid the convoy, get some spare change. Let's actually look for some friends items. So we did get the dinosaur, the Dianosaur. If the enemy has at least 6 items, destroy a small item, which is kind of nice. But should we actually take it? Now, I know this is a fantastic combo with Momosaur. Both these would be crazy, crazy good. But we're not going to be taking them. We're going to be rolling. We'll see. We did get Wallace, which is another friendly item. And it does have a shield. I'm going to be taking that.
Until next time.
When you use another friend, this gains +1 burn. And when you slow poison one. Now, the thing is, do we want Wallace in or do we want Copperhead? Or do we want to take out a shielded battery? Shielded battery is pretty darn good. Uzi with a super low cooldown. I think we want to keep it this way. Now, can we take on this dude? That's a big old doggo dealing a lot of damage. So we could be in a little bit of trouble. We do have 121 shield though on our Harmadillo. We should be able to stack up a lot of block too. But yeah, if we had a Wallace in now, we should be able to stack up a lot of block on Wallace as well. More so than Copperhead stacking up a bit of poison. Well, so far, this is actually looking pretty good. Every time we use our Uzi, we're going to be dealing 33 damage on top of it. And we should be able to get some block from that too. Although this dog is about to attack and it's going to deal quite a bit of damage. If I had managed to get a big crit, I'm doing the falling short. But this is looking pretty darn smashing and awesome for sure. Getting some wins, pretty good. And we'll see. On to day 7. Can we get some craziness going? Gumball machine, it would be kind of nice to increase our damage overall. So we're going to sell our force fields. Should we go for some gumballs? I think we do. I want to be increasing the damage on our Harmadillo as much as possible. So grabbing all these gumballs, looking for weapon damage. Even the shield is pretty darn decent. Weapon damage, even some crit chance. We're probably going to sell the claws too. Let's go ahead and grab some more too. Some max life, some shield, some crit chance, some weapon damage, and some max life. We can buy one more. And some crit chance. Not too bad overall. Now, should we place our Wallace in? It does the same speed as our Copperhead. Actually, no, our Copperhead is a little bit faster. Now, I'm going to go look at non-weapon item. See what we can get here. Walden Mask. When you sell this, give your core plus damage. Freeze one item for 1 second when you freeze poison. I will reroll here. So when you or your enemy have burned, reduce this item's cooldown by 50%. Give your other items haste 3. We got duct tape, which is block. We're using Jason item, shield 10. So you know what, we could actually take this one. We could take out our Copperhead for now. Place that in, and when we use our shielded Uzi, might actually be better for us. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to take on Radiant Corsair. We can take on Joyful Jack, or we can take on Sergeant Sons. Let's take on Joyful Jack. Joyful Jack is going to be a lot of healing though, so. And a little bit of poison. But it's not going to be super fast poison, so we should be able to survive here. And yeah, our combo's looking a lot better. We're getting a lot of shielding, we're dealing a lot of damage. The problem is, not getting as much haste on our friends. And actually, this is not getting as much value, so we may actually want to get rid of our Brick Buddy. To be quite honest. And just be fully on a Harmadillo. So this is definitely looking a lot better. Now, is there any of these items we do actually want to do it on skill? When you heal your poison, when you heal your items have cooldown reduction, not exactly. But actually they're dealing quite a bit of poison to us. But some mashing actually. Not too bad. We did get a skill when you heal your poison one. Which is definitely interesting. Now I'm gonna go for some health, toughness, and shield items. We got a shielded microdave when you use a small item charge just 1 second. I mean, we could get rid of our brick buddy to add in a shielded microdave. I will grab it. Now the brick buddy is going to be a lot of stack and shield. We're going to be using a lot of small items. So no, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to upgrade our copper head as well. Now we do want to reroll. We can sell some items. We did get ourselves a shielded welding helmet, which is a pretty fast cooldown shield. We also got a shielded ice bar. And we can upgrade our Chris armor knife, which we're going to be doing. Not too bad. For now, we're going to leave. Now, we did get a level up. Your tools have cooldowns. Upgrade the core. And get 200 max life. We're going to be upgrading that core because now we get 2 haste on all our friends. Get a haste item. Go to the docks. I think we want to earn some gold. Let's go to the docks. Let's look for another shield item. So when you shield, your shield items gain 1 shield for the fight. That is some scaling shield, but I don't think we really want that. Let's go ahead and try it out. Shielded microdave. So we could potentially charge up shielded microdave since we're going to be using this Uzi pretty darn fast. Then we can just get a bunch of shields. We can stack up a bunch of burn. We don't exactly need to stack up burn though. We're just using microdave for that shield. And this Uzi bringing it all together. And this is actually looking pretty darn awesome. Now that's a lot of poison on us actually. We could end up falling short. And we do. Unfortunately. Now poison is really bad. He's going to be our worst enemy, going up against shield. So unfortunately we do end up falling short. But hey, let's check out the three hero merchants. Now we could go for Stell, which does have some tools by the looks of it. We can go for Mac, which might have some lifesteal options. We're going to go for Mac. Hey, short items, poison. When you slow, freeze, burn, or poison, this gains plus 10 damage for the fight. Or slow 2 items for 8 seconds. So we do slow, we do burn. That could be kind of interesting. We could reroll here. Let's reroll to have a look at some other items. Burn, freeze 1 items, increase your other burns by 2. When you heal, this gains 2 burn. And when you poison, this gains plus 10 damage. Now this looks incredibly awesome, but we're going to have to leave it. I'm just going to grab some max life for now. Now I actually want to go for Cosmic Rock. I want to go for Cosmic Rock because Cosmic Rock does have some cooldown reduction. Being this item right here. We can also get when you crit haste an item, or the items just have crit overall. So it shouldn't be too bad. So we should be able to stack up a turbo amount of shields, dealing a lot of damage, and actually smashing. The only way we can deal with poison is if we get a bit of heal. Now we did get this. When this gains haste, your items gain 3% crit chance for the fight, which is not super great, to be quite honest. Now, do we think we can take on an extra monster? I'm going to install our shield camera. I'm going to try it. Might be a bit of a mistake. It is Joyful Jack, which we have beaten before. But I want to do it so we can get some gold and some experience. It's going to give us a ton of value. The problem is, we don't really want any of these items. And it's more poison, which is quite scary. But all in all, it shouldn't be too bad actually. We do want a way to scale up our damage on a Harmadillo, for sure. So we got the extract, giving us poison on our poison item. Your weapons gain plus 3 damage, your heal friends gain 3, your shield friends gain 3, or gain some income. Well, I'm just going to grab a little bit of damage. So as poison items get an item or sell as non-weapon items. Well, to be honest, I'm just going to grab an item for now. We can upgrade a copper to diamond, which is crazy good value. I'm going to sell the Cosmic Amulet. Now we could take out our Microdave, add in Wallace and Copperhead, which is going to be a lot of shield. So I think we're going to rock on with this. Microdave might have to come out, although it was pretty decent. Now our opponent is rocking a similar setup. They do have that Momosaur, which is going to destroy some of our items. Which is going to be problematic because if it destroys something like our Uzi, we're going to be in a bit of a rough spot. Not so bad taking out a Chris Army Knife, but it will destroy another item, so the longer the fight goes on, the worse it is going to be for us. And we lost our core, which is straight up craziness. So we could still fall short here. Our opponent does have very, very little life. Actually, no. That poison should finish him off and smash him. But yeah, this Momosaur is definitely crazy. For sure. But yeah, we'll see now. Get a small weapon, get some chocolate bars. To be honest, I'm going to sell our laser pistol. I'm going to sell this too. And I'm just going to grab some chocolate bars. We could grab some golden tier chocolate bars. I'm just going to grab some silver ones. Small and large items. Just sells items or gain shields. In a PvE conflict. Just going to sell items.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
I'm going to roll. I don't want any of these items. We do get a diamond one of these. We can upgrade our battery again, which I'm going to. And with that, we're going to leave. Weapons platform, Elite Duelist. Well, to be honest, I'm going to go for the Elite Duelist because we could potentially get a way to upgrade our battery. And we could even get something like a knife set. Which honestly is not going to be that great. But if we get this lifesteal, that's going to be straight up nuts. If we somehow manage to get this skill, we're going to be in a super fantastic spot. Now, actually, it's not looking great though. Our opponent does have that lifesteal. We're barely actually pushing through. We are scaling up our block though on our Wallace. Unfortunately, I don't think we have this one. I think our lifesteal is just a little bit too much. We don't have any scaling, so yeah, unfortunately, underestimated this. We do end up falling short.
Fundamentals are sound.
Which is super, super unfortunate. Let's go to Cobweb, looking for some slow items. When you use an adjacent item, deal plus 10 damage. When you use an adjacent item, slow one item. When you haste, heal 5. When you haste, slow an item. And this is a friend. And we do poison when we heal. I'm going to grab it for now.
Time is a power above.
Let's roll again.
Time is.
When you slow charges 1 second, when you slow poison 4. I'm going to leave for now. Gain 2 income, gain 2 loot items, gain a 2. So I'm going to sell this robe. Out of all these options, we're going to be grabbing 2 loot items. Which Insect Wing is going to give us cooldown, and we got plus bullets for a shielded battery. Which is going to be pretty darn good. We're going to be definitely taking that. Now, should we go for some tools? I think we go for some monster skills. Monster skills could potentially be awesome. When you use a large item, burn. Start of each fight to gain 2 gold. When you heal poison, or the first time you fall below 40% HP, reload 4 times. Okay, I'm actually going to grab that for our Uzi and our shielded battery.
Look at those talons. Beautiful.
So I'm going to sell this Insect Wing. I'm going to take out Wallace for Heavy First Aid. We do lose a bit of a shields, but we do get a bit of a heal to try and counteract some poison. I'm also going to be flicking around poison this way. So we'll see how this goes for now. Now our opponent is going to have a lot of healing. They do have a lot of shields, so it's going to be quite scary. They're also going to have a lot of poison with this catfish. But as long as we keep pacing, we should be getting tons and tons of healing. Our core is going to go nuts. So we could end up winning now. The problem is, again, we need no scaling. There's that flat damage, but that poison is actually stacking up quite a bit. For sure. So we might actually become a poison build altogether. But it's generally doing a lot of things. We have shield, we have heals, we're dealing damage, we're dealing poison. Not really specializing all into one thing. Now Uzi did run out, which is not so great. Got her shield battery, but smashing.
Got another salvo with me.
Not too bad overall. So we get a small non-weapon item, we can look for some free skills. Actually, yeah, let's actually do it.
At absolute zero,
So the first time you poison each fight, freeze an item for 4 seconds. The first time you use the item on the right hand most side, freeze for 1 second. When you use your slowest weapon, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. The first time you use your core each fight, freeze an item for 6 seconds. The first 10 times we use an item, I'm going to be grabbing that. That sounds nuts.
it's hard to
And we definitely want to go for some shield skills.
but I'm up to the
And looking for some diamond tier ones. So the first time you use a large item, each fight adjacent shields get 50 shields. First time you fall below half health, double the shield value, your large shield items. Or when you shield, your weapons gain plus 20 damage. Okay, I never clicked a skill faster in my life than that one. We now have scaling damage whenever we shield. Also, we probably should sell this. So we're going to have our Uzi on this side, so we should be able to freeze our opponent quite a lot. I think we can actually take on the Lord of the Wastes with our setup right now.
I will dance with you.
Because once our Uzi procs, we do freeze an item. Procs again to freeze another item. Keeps procking, keeps freezing. And yeah, this is looking smashing right now. Now what would actually be super fantastic to get here? So we did get this. When any player uses any item, gain 2% crit chance. Do we actually want that? That is going to be quite scary. That is a double-edged sword. I think we still take it though. Upgrade your leftmost item. Do we upgrade our core? I think we do. Giving us more haste on all our friends is going to be worth it. Get a small weapon. Look for some non-weapon items. I think we actually look for some non-weapon items here. When you use the item to the left, it discharge the item to the right 2 seconds. When you use your core, give it plus 40 damage. Kind of nice. Well, we don't want that. So the chrono barrier. Does this actually increase our enemy's cooldowns by 1 second every time this triggers, or is it just a one-time effect and then we just gain shield? It looks like a one-time effect. Now, we'll reroll. I don't want any of these items, to be honest. We'll see what we can get here. We can upgrade our duct tape. Let's try 3 small enemy items. We're going to be upgrading that duct tape. And we're going to leave for now. Monster skills? Hell yeah. Although that's 3 hero merchants. Let's go for some monster skills, looking for some crazy upgrades. So we can have even faster stacking crits. The first time you fall below half HP, shield 50% of your max health. Which is kind of nice. I'm going to grab that. A big shield.
Right, there's a nice one.
So going up again at Vanessa is going to be quite scary because that crit chance, they're going to be using their weapons pretty darn fast too. So we'll see. Are they going to be a big burst build? It certainly looks like it. They're going to have a lot of crit chance, and we did get our half HP shield, stopping us from being bursted down, and then we answer back and smash straight back. So that shield actually saved us there. So that was kind of crazy awesome for sure. Out of all these options, let's actually go get some experience. I do want to keep leveling up. Get a small shield items, look for some items. Let's just grab some gumballs, because I do want to increase the damage on our Harmadillo. Like crazy. So we got some weapon damage. We got some max life right now, which is going to give us a bigger burst shields. Some crit chance is always pretty good. Max life, more weapon damage. We have to go back for more gumballs. Okay, we did get our level up. We can grab some experience. We can get a friend. But first of all, that's a lot of crit chance. Well, it's only 4%, but still. From the gumballs. Not too bad. But hey. If this was our friend's cooldowns are reduced, I'm just going to grab some experience for now. Now, I'm still not sure if we can actually take on the Frost Street champion. Maybe we could actually, because we do freeze him quite quickly. Should we chance it? I think we do. I think our build is solid enough to potentially win this out. Although, maybe not. They do have that igloo, which did freeze us down quite a bit. So maybe not. We do try to freeze him back. Dealing quite a bit of damage. But yeah, this is actually looking smashing for sure. This Harmadillo has so much damage, it's kind of crazy. For sure, but we'll see what we get. Okay, we managed to get the igloo, or the iceberg. The iceberg, holy moly, I got so excited. Couldn't even talk there for a second. That's a lot of gold. I don't think we actually want to include that in our build, to be quite honest. Although it's pretty darn good. We're going to be selling weapons, get a friend, or burn skills. Well, to be honest, I'm going to look for some weapons.
I would spar with you, but
so we did get ourselves Dianosaur, but I think it's a little bit too late. When your shield is broken, gain 20 damage. Super fast. Angry Bloom Bar. Don't exactly want it. We're going to be rerolling. We can get a lot of damage with our haste, which might actually be super interesting since we get so much damage based off this skill. In combo with heavy first aid. But we'd have to lose our Copperhead and our Chris Army Knife. I don't think I'm willing to do that.
the Bazaar Bazaar is not kind.
Now, I'm definitely going to go for some skills. Seeing how crazy this skill is actually.
You have at least a grade.
We definitely want to grab that. When you use a tool gains 2 haste. Shield items have plus shields. Or when you use your rightmost item, slow an item for 1 second. Okay, that's pretty darn good too. Or should we reroll? I know that there's another skill that when you use weapons, you gain a bunch of shield too. So I'm actually going to risk it. I'm going to reroll here. Both players have their weapons damage deals. Both players have their damage deals. The first time you use your rightmost item, freeze an item for 2 seconds. Or when you use your leftmost item, haste an item for a second. I think we have so much haste that that doesn't matter. Double damage is straight up crazy. Another double-edged sword. But I'm actually going to get the coolant leak. Upgrade the core. Well, we might as well grab a diamond core. Giving us an absurd amount of haste. But let's keep moving for now. Now, as long as we can freeze our opponents. Now, we're going to begin a poison stacker, which is going to be quite scary for sure. But as long as we can just delay him, cause enough havoc with our Frost Shielded Uzi, we can just deal a crazy amount of damage. And yeah, the fight's already over.
Another round.
Smashing. This is looking like an insane combo. So right now, I'm just going to be going for experience.
So, whose tea can I give who I met the other day?
And skills. Now we can also go for some fights, which is going to give us some experience. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now let's see if we can actually take on this opponent. Now they do have some lifesteal. It would be nice to get some crit chance, but we don't exactly need it because we're going to be stacking up an absurd amount of crit chance and smashing.
Get that old cat.
Definitely a nut setup for sure. We got ourselves a katana, which we definitely do not want. Pretty much going to sell it instantly. Now, do we want Frost item? Do we want Trash Titan? Or do you want the Hulking Experiment? I think I'm going to go here. I think our build should be decent enough to take on this opponent. Unless they freeze us quite a lot. We could potentially freeze them before they can actually do anything. Maybe not though. We're dealing quite an insane amount of damage and smashing.
Requesting medivac.
Not too bad. Now we did get ourselves a freeze item. Freeze 2 items for 2 seconds. Which I'm not going to want. Gain max life, gain 2 loot items. To be honest, I'm going to sell this Frost Potion. I'm going to grab 2 loot items. 4 actually. Which is overall cooldown reduction, which should be smashing. Now is there a point of actually cooldown reduction in our core? Sell this for regen. As crazy bad as this is, we're actually going to reduce the cooldown on our Uzi. Down to 1.7 second, because the faster we get this off, the faster we can freeze our opponents. We should be able to smash. Now, I'm definitely going to go for some skills. Skills are going to be a big win con.
My lessons are painful.
So we did get this. When you freeze your weapons, gain plus 10 damage for the fight. When you crit with an item, it gains 5% crit chance. The first time you fall below half HP, freeze an item for 12 seconds, or your leftmost burn item. So I kind of like this one, and then we can scale up faster than opponents, getting a bunch of crit chance. Or we can reroll here. And we do only freeze 10 times, so that's going to be 100 damage, but it will add to our DPS. So I'm actually going to grab it.
As long as you draw breath,
Here to risk some coin, get a slow item.
not complete.
Let's actually risk some coin because we could potentially gain some experience. Nice, we got ourselves a level up, upgrade your leftmost weapon. Or gain 2 income. I think it's a little bit too late for income. We're actually going to upgrade our diamond Uzi. Which is awesome for sure. Now, can we take on this Pygmalion? We'll see. That's a lot of damage, Golf Club. But we can slow him down with our Uzi, freezing him. As long as we can freeze like crazy. However, our opponent does have a ton of health. They have tons of shields. We're actually dealing insane damage and smashing actually. Okay, that's incredibly awesome. That freeze doing a lot of work, not gonna lie. So we can go for some haste, slow cooldown downs, but we're just gonna keep going for experience. We just want to level up as fast as possible. Although I'm gonna go for some gumballs, because gumballs is gonna power up our build right now. we managed to get 5. Being shield, max health, and some crit chance. We have to go back for 5 more. But then we got more shield, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Small little tiny upgrades, but definitely gonna be worth it. So max health also. Now, do go for the Frost Street Champion. I don't think we go for the Property Baron because the Property Baron can basically one-shot us. So I think we're going to go for the Frost Street Champion again. Now, they did freeze us. We freeze them back. The problem is we do not want our Uzi frozen. We stacked up a lot of damage pretty darn quick. And yeah, this is actually crazy smashing. What did we get? We got ourselves a Frozen Bludgeon Witch. I'm not going to be putting it in. Now we do get Enchanted Effect. We can't enchant Uzi because it's already enchanted. We can't enchant this. So we can enchant our Harmadillo. But it is only going to affect... It's not going to be when you shield get some effect. We can enchant her core as well. What should we actually put on it? Because we don't exactly want crit. We don't exactly want burn, and we don't exactly want haste. So burn would increase your DPS quite significantly. But crit is crit. And we could scale up faster than opponent. But should we just go for burn? The burn might be a bit of a waste. I think we're going to grab burn. We're going to put it on our companion core. And what does that actually give us? Yeah, so we burn 12 whenever we use our core. Which we're going to be using our core quite a bit. Or gain a bunch of max life or gain a temporary boost. So 400 max life over 20 damage. I'm going to grab that 20 damage. Because we can grab some max life. We can actually get more max life here. But it's only temporary. We just grab that 20 damage. On all our weapons. Now, shield skills. 150,000% I'm going to go for it. The first time you fall below half health, double the value of your shield items. When your enemy has more health than you, your shield items have their cooldowns reduced. Your shield items have some crits. Your weapons have 4 damage and shield items have 4 damage for each friendly weapon. So not so great. I'm going to grab this backup defenses. Doubling our shield value once we drop below half HP. But we'll see. Can we take on this Pygmalion? Pygmalions at this late game? Super, super scary. They could potentially have a certain amount of damage. Like, look at this Beast of Burden, 3,700 with a 1,600 heal. But as long as we freeze them, they can't actually activate. And we can just turbo delete them. And smash it. For sure. That's a high damage Uzi, high damage Harmadillo. And overall, crazy awesome for sure. Now, I'm going to go straight for the experience. We're going to level up again. Gain a bunch of max life, gain some income, or gain some experience. Let's just grab max life. We're going to go for shield skills. And we're pretty much going to sell everything. The first time you use a large item, each fight shield equal to 30% of your max life. When you shield, your weapons gain plus 10 damage. Or we can get plus 30 shields on all our small items. Okay, that's pretty darn good. Over a lot of scaling damage. I think we're still going to take that shielded on our small items. That's just crazy amount of shield. And we can go back for the Frost Street Champion. I think we are going to take it on again. Just to be getting a lot more experience. But we'll see. We do have a crazy amount more shields. The problem is we are frozen pretty badly. But it doesn't really matter. Smashing them. Because even getting our increased shield on our small items, once we drop below half HP, we do double that. I'm definitely going to go for the temporary boost. Temporary boost for the final fight to actually gain some extra damage. We can grab some gumballs. Time to say goodbye to Microdave, Wallace, this too. And yeah, let's grab some gumballs to finish it off. Okay, so we got some shielded ones, which is pretty darn good. Max life. More crit chance, pretty awesome too. Some max life, or mean weapon damage. Max life, and shield. But hey, we're going to be taking on a Vanessa, who's level 12, no prestige, and 1 after victory. So let's see if you can actually win it. Can our Harmadillo with a gun win out. It's definitely a crazy combo for sure. A shielded Uzi. A super fast shielded Uzi that frees our opponents. Now that's a freaking crazy looking haste fish. But as long as we freeze them, they can't really inflict that poison or that burn. And yeah, our combo is just looking pretty smashing. And the fight's already over. I think we hit the nuts with that shielded Uzi. That skill as well, which scales our damage when we shield as well. And that Harmadillo, crazy, crazy value too. But awesome, we managed to get our 10 wins. Not too bad. With a super fun companion core run. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. We managed to get 3 chests. So not too bad. But I hope you keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time.